Okay. Good evening to you all. I welcome you to our 12th edition of the Virtual Leadership Seminar. Today, our guest speaker is Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, Chief Executive Officer of Smivic Communications Limited. Let's start with a word of prayer. Almighty God, we thank you for this program. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in thy sight. Give divine guidance, clarity, insight, and eloquence to our guest speaker and host that they may deliver and make this virtual leadership seminar memorable and resourceful to our personal development and capacity building. We commit into your hands all participants that they may understand and adopt all that will be taught today. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker, it's an honor for me to host this event again as the Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement. This organization is focused on impacting its members positively and significantly. This occasion assiduously promotes the vision of this movement. The theme for today's seminar is exploring entrepreneurship as a viable long-term solution to unemployment. And this topic will be handled by no other person than our guest speaker, Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, the Chief Executive Officer of Smivic Communications Limited. An entrepreneur she is. I hereby wish, and on behalf of leadership of this movement, humbly welcome all participants, most especially our guest speaker, to the 12th Virtual Leadership Seminar of Youth Impact Movement. Thank you and welcome once again. Honorable members, the profile of our guest speaker.
Yes, thank
A second, I'm not coming to read her
yes,
profile
thank you
before
so
she
much.
takes. Yes, I'm coming to read her profile before
Yes,
she takes
thank
the floor.
is it co-
Yes, so Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa doubles as the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Smivic Communications Limited and EDB Class Waste Management. She was the former marketing manager of Horizon Commodities, a startup export company in Accra in 2016. From there, Ms. Victoria assisted a family relative to grow a British school called Brains Hill International School at East Legon in 2018. In addition, she went to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, GBC, as an intern to acquire knowledge in online writing and broadcasting, where she set up a team to report on political and educational issues. She later joined her auntie to operate a family restaurant, Food Rockers, opposite the University of Professional Studies Accra, UPSC. Ms. Victoria and Mr. Benza Smith Baidu are the founders of Smivic Group of Companies. The company is into marketing, workshops, awards, seminars. The purpose of the company is to empower and motivate young people to contribute their quota to national development. Ms. Victoria has in-depth knowledge in leadership, startup coaching, marketing, and waste management. She is an alumnus of the Ghana Institute of Journalism with a master's degree in communication studies. Ms. Victoria holds a Bachelor of Arts in Journalism and a Diploma in Communication Studies, Public Relations and Journalism from the Ghana Institute of Journalism. She holds another certificates from companies in startup coaching, communications, and leadership. Ms. Victoria dreams of changing Africa with the mindset of business, communication, and leadership. Honorable members, I introduce to you Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, I introduce to you your audience. Ladies and gentlemen, I now respectfully invite our guest speaker to take the floor and present to us on our topic, exploring entrepreneurship as a viable long-term solution to unemployment. Madam guest speaker, you may take the floor.
Okay, thank you so much to the entire team and of course the organizers for this opportunity. I'm grateful and I'm also grateful for the platform today. Sorry for the video. I'm unable to connect to the video, so I do apologize for that. But as the executive director said, the most important thing is the impact that we get after the end of the summit. That yes, as the topic really connotes, exploring entrepreneurship as a viable long-term solution to unemployment rate. And that's the big deal. That's the fact. One thing I always say is that when we say entrepreneurship, what first comes in the mindset of young people? Whenever somebody says, I want to start up a company or I want to start up a business, what is the first thing that comes into your mind as a young person? That is the most important thing we'll be talking about today. Everyone wants to start a business. Everyone wants to own a startup company. But when it comes to the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts about the main thing, we hardly understand. So mostly you'll find a university student who has a very fine and a defined business idea, but they will tell you executing the business idea is something I can't do. At the moment you review their business plan and their proposals, you ask yourself, why can't you do it? You know, one of the things that young people are unable to understand is that we have priorities, we have different types of entrepreneurship. So we have the social entrepreneurship, we have the environmental entrepreneurship, we have the opportunist, and then we have the normal company entrepreneurship. And every young person wants to own a business because they want to have enough money, they want to expand their life, because the sweet aspect of entrepreneurship is you don't want to work for someone, you just sleep and then there will be income coming into your pocket. You know, those are something that we need to avoid. Entrepreneurship is a whole job on its own. The moment you focus, I want to own my own company, it comes with its own problems, but we will tackle that one as we go by. But the first part of this is to be able to touch on the main topic. We need to understand what entrepreneurship are we focusing on. What kind of entrepreneurship am I doing? As a young person, what am I teaching people? Everyone wants to own a company because there is a sweet aspect of owning a business. But have you thought that, okay, what kind of entrepreneurship am I going to do? Am I going into the environmental sector? Am I building a company? In fact, am I even an opportunist entrepreneur? Or am I just an NGO guy? You know, normally when you talk about environmental entrepreneurship or agripreneur, we're looking at the agricultural sector. What is in agri that you as a human being, you have noticed that you think you can exchange it into a business idea? And when you exchange, it's going to bring an income to you. I have a friend who uses coconut shells to make what do we call it? Charcoal. Money out of it. You know, she even went to I think McDonald's challenge and she was the third runner-up or so, and she had much money and McDonald's support. And people who are into exporting and then importing with our main agri products that we have on the farm as well. You know, there are a lot of problems in the agri sector, but it's up to you to know the kind of problem. How do you solve it and exchange it into money? We have people who are opportunist entrepreneurs. When I say opportunist entrepreneurs, they are people that, you know, like let's say, for instance, COVID-19 came. COVID-19 is a great opportunity for people who are innovative. Okay, Why don't I use more like a wood to do something like a thing that you can wash your hands in it? And I had a lot of friends that did that, and they made money out of it. They look at the situation available, try to create something around it, and make money. The moment that situation goes over, they are no more entrepreneurs. There's opportunities. They make use of the little opportunity, use it to form a problem, get a solution to it, and then move on. That is the mindset that entrepreneurship is about. Somebody who's okay, I want to be innovative on my own way. I'm going to find a problem in society, a problem that will let people exchange money. I will not fall within the opportunist or within the agripreneur, but a problem that it will continue being there, whether agric is all or agric is not there, whether technology is all technology, I'm still going to make money out of it. We have those people out there. But one thing is that as an entrepreneur, you always have to be innovative. You have to be focused on what you want to do. Before you even start, the moment you start thinking in your mind, okay, this is the business I want to do, you need to pen it down. When you pen it down, you need to draft something that calls a business plan. A business plan is when the moment, if you are not there, even your younger sister who is 6 years can look at the sketch of your plan and make sure that he or she can bring the business into reality for you. That is the main concept about entrepreneurship. Normally, when people hear that somebody owns a business, they think it's a golden spoon, it's a golden platter. But trust me, building a company is not easy at all. The most difficult aspect, ever since I got into business, I always tell myself, it is so difficult. And even my final thesis in my master's class, it is so difficult. The hits that you are going to do, you trying to, brand your, nobody wants to buy, nobody wants to buy into your services, nobody wants to even patronize the goods you have. You're running errands. Today you are a sales manager, tomorrow you are a marketing ambassador, you are an HR, and brings a whole lot. And one thing I've seen about young people is that you guys are more focusing on money. Like, if I'm bringing instant, okay, when I develop this business idea, when I start selling, it's been a product or it's been a services I'm providing. Oh, in the next 3 months, I need to get money. I need to drive in the big cars. I need to have the iPhone 11 Pros and things. And trust me, it's not that. Those are the dreams you have behind things. But when you start, entrepreneurship is going to grow from 2 to 3 years. Even that, you will not even have the strength to even buy yourself the cars and the nice things that you want to sell. So these are the things that drives us into entrepreneurship. Yes, now to the main topic says that entrepreneurship is one main focus when it comes to unemployment. Yes, entrepreneurship is a big solution to unemployment. And one thing that I've seen in the Ghanaian society is that the youth are doing massively well. The youth of Ghana are striving hard to build something on their own. When you walk on the street of Accra, especially the tertiary students, even those who are not educated, they are trying to do something for themselves. Have we asked ourselves? Those are the tertiary. Most of the time, we always say that, okay, government payroll is done. If people want to employ, they don't have the skills, and it's true. The reason why entrepreneurship is the best solution is that my biggest advice is always to lecturers. We have all passed through the cycle of education. Trust me, normally what they teach in classroom is not what reflects on the job market. What helped me to become a CEO is what I'm sharing to you. I am alumni of the Ghana Institute of Journalism. I did my diploma, I did my degree, and I even did my master's over there. 5 years in GIJ. I can tell you, the practical things I was taught when I was doing my master's. When I was doing my degree and diploma, I learned nothing when it comes to practicality. It was a friend. I think when I was in level 100, I was that kind of person that I always want to know, like what kind of seminar is coming, what kind of internship slots are we getting. I was that kind of person that I want to know. And to be a global person. You need to move with people that will give you a positive mindset. I was lucky when I went to campus. All my friends were SRC students. My friends were in student positions. If they are not SRC executives, they own companies of their own. And up till now, those are the friends I work with. Why? Because I want to learn something from them. I want to learn something from people who have already passed through life, not people who are coming. So majority of the people that I'm a friend to are not even my age mates, and they were not even in my class. I was friends to people in level 300s and 400s. People who are SRC, when way back on campus, the SRC, they're going to be politicians. So they are that kind of people that they want to be seen. They want to tell that they are professionals because they are focus minded, they are future oriented and all that. I wanted to learn from these people. So they were my friends. CEOs, people who own I had this guy, his name is Elon Jonathan. I think he owned Gary Vibes. He started on campus. He was my friend. I was just talking to them. I just wanted to learn something from those people. So that was what, even my peers, you hardly see me with them. So these are the people that they will send you. Okay, there is a seminar going. Vicky, it's good that you need to add this to your CV. Okay, there is this initiative going. It will help you as a young person. I kept learning. So there was one time that a friend of mine invited me to IS. It's called International Youth Empowerment Summit. I always advise young people to go. It doesn't matter that I also have an event company, but I always tell people to go because that summit changed my life. That summit made me who I am today. We went to the National Theater and I told myself I was not going. But one of my friends said, okay, Anas is coming. And I remember on campus in level 200, Anas was my biggest role model. Every journalism student wanted to be like Anas. We wanted to reveal the secrets. We wanted to hit on government and then those committing corruption and all that. So we went and I was happy. I saw Anas, he advised us. A lot of people came. I was enthused. I was amazed with Obobie. She's one of the NDC women. I was so amazed with the way they were talking. And one of them just told me that they said it to the audience that if you want to be unique, you need to make a difference. If you want people to follow you, you need to touch lives. If you want to make impact, if you want to get the global names you want, you need to start setting a legacy like the Nelson Mandela. That word just shook into my mind and I told myself, no, I need to do something for myself. I need to touch people. So when I was on campus, I always tell my friends, like, what are the things that I can do that can be different? I saw my females and male friends. Like, I feel that I need to make impact. I feel like I need to touch lives. I feel Ghanaian students needs me. The young people of Ghana needs me. My friends will be hooting at me, oh, Vicky and all that. We have tests to do and all that. So sometimes when we are about even writing exams, I'll be online researching on business ideas. What business is sellable? Okay, what products can I do? What are the things that I should start doing? So whenever I come home, and my advice to everyone, you need to always help your friends. If your friends have business ideas and they ask for your help them. Because it was through my friends that I got my business idea. I didn't know how to even get a business idea. Sometimes I go online researching to see the business idea that I would have most, but I wasn't getting it. So I quite remember my senior brother called me. He was by then in level 300 University of Ghana, and he was doing accounting. So he told me that he has a business idea, is a waste management business, and he wants my help. And I was like, fine, brother, anything you want me to do. I'm a journalism student. Mine is English, to be behind the screen and read people's news. I don't know anything about business, but if you want me to help you, I'll use my communication skills to help you market your product. I was fortunate to learn something when I was in, I think, level 200 first semester. I learned something about marketing. So I got a bit knowledge about marketing and all that. I started helping my brother. He was distributing dustbins. I was with him. I was going to doors to tell people about his product, how the waste management should be sellable. I was getting contract for him and I was enjoying the work. I got to know, okay, I have some experience when it comes to sales management, how to even sell products, and how to negotiate when it comes to business contract. I was getting experience gradually. So when I reached level 200, my second semester, getting to level 300, we had a teacher who taught us entrepreneurship. So, and then the teacher tasked every person to go and look for a business idea, bring the business idea. Whoever wins is going to give that person something. So I started researching. Then I said, okay, to be able to get a business idea, I need to be creative. That was what I learned at the summit. So what kind of business idea that can fetch me money? My first business idea. So I got to know, okay, then we can be able, what if I've been witnessing people going to Medina markets every day. They have sweating, mean and trustees. Those who are taking polls are taking. They'll walk from all the wherever they are to go to Medina market to buy products. Sometimes even a small product, farm products that they are going to buy, that will even cost 10 cedis. One, waste of energy, waste of fuel money and all that, just because of 10 cedis tomato you are going to buy. Okay, somebody will move all the way from Tissue to Agbogloshi just to come and buy products. So why don't we create an online market for them where you will sit in your comfortable home? I know some of us university students, we are lazy. So when we get the SLC students to partner with us, we can do an online market where we will sell the e-commerce to. We will sell we will get an e-commerce, sell our products to SLCs. Okay, you get this student, you get this percentage. And trust me, my team that we brought this business idea, we won that trophy. And my entrepreneurship teacher was marveled with the business idea we brought. So he was the one who advised me I should refurnish my business idea and make it into a product. Because when I do that, people are going to buy that service. I was like, okay, by then we also wanted grades. And every time my entrepreneurship teacher was on me, so I called my senior brother and I was like, bro, this is the business idea I had. And my brother was like, okay, he even had something similar. So why don't we join forces? And I was like, okay. So gradually, I realized, okay, my interest was also changing. I was loving marketing because when people call me, I go and negotiate for them. Now I was getting companies calling me to go and market their products for them. So I'll just be in my nice suit. I was in there with 300. I'll just be in my nice suit, just go. I'll move from campus all the way so that you tip me. My nice suit and my heels with my face done. I'll walk. You give me your business profile. I now my people. So I got a national service at a school in East Legon called Brain Hill. By then, I wanted to work in a media house. I quite remember I had Tema Oil Refinery. Some of us, we need to be very careful. When we get national service, they would like to be posted. This is a disadvantaged part of my life. Instead of me going to Tema Oil Refinery, I said, no, I want to go to EIB Network. I went to NS. I changed my national service posting that I wanted to go to EIB because even though business was calling me, I wanted still to be on the screen. And by then, in 2007, 2018, EIB was all over because there were a lot of celebs on GH1 TV. So every young journalist wanted to be there. And unfortunately for me, I didn't get it. So one of my people said, then we get a different place. And it says they're posting again. Now I wanted oil refinery. They said oil refinery. My oil refinery, there is no slot for me, so I should go and do it at one British school called Brain Hill. So I went there. I thought very bad, but meaning God had a purpose for me. Maybe my purpose was not in GH1, but it was at the Brain Hill school I got. So when I got to Brain Hill, they were now starting the school, and I got all these skills when I was on campus, and I dodged classes to go to seminars, to go to summits, to go and do internships. When even my lecturers don't know I'm doing internship, I beg the SRC, they write internship letters for me and I go and do it during classes time, because I knew that if I don't have skills, I will not be given a job in the media house. So that was what I was doing. Even when we were writing exams, I was going for summit. Assuming, let's say a week, my price is 1. The Monday to Wednesday, I'll go for summit and I'll come and learn on Thursday. But God being so good, I was not failing my best. So when I was in my national service, I was then doing my top-ups. I was in level 300. So I was schooling and then working as well. And doing my national service. The very day I wasted, the woman told me that, Victoria, you are welcome. I said, okay, thank you, ma. And she said, okay, there was one thing you need to know. This is a startup school. So we don't have majority people working here. We don't have a lot of students. Our students are only 20 people. So we want you to do marketing. Can you do it? And I was like, I can do it because I know I've already had some 2 years experience in marketing. I started marketing their company for them and all that. When I was leaving, the woman told me I should. I said, no, I want to go back to media station. I want to be in the media. Sometimes our calling might be calling us, but we choose our calls. But God has plans for everyone in this world. That's one of the things I always say. I said, no, I still want to go to the media house. The woman said I should, but I said no. When I was leaving, when I went there, they had 20 people. When I was leaving, they had 100 students. Up till now, the woman still need me to come there. I told her, no, I'm leaving. I want to be in the media. I went back to GTV. And they told me that I can't be at GTV. I can't be on the screen, so I should go to their online department. I went to online. I to get into 3 months internship. And then one of the editors told me at GTV that GTV don't pay. Looking at the talent I have, I need television like TV3, GH1. So, but if I still want to be there, he can find a slot for me. No, I said, no, as a young journalist, I need money. I need money to do some of my projects and all that. So I cannot be there. I left GTV. Now I was doing my own thing and all that. So gradually I was having interest in marketing and events. But I didn't have any experience in events because I didn't get to an events training or event center. But for marketing, I've been introduced to the job for a couple of years now. So I was learning online and all that. I tried from the beginning. I was starting the marketing and events company. And people said no. They even wanted to take my company from me. Then I said no. I am building the company based on ground. And I'm not letting anyone take my company from me. So no. The first group I had, they went. The second team I had, they went. All they wanted was I should give them a percentage. And I said, no, a company that I have already built, I cannot give anybody a percentage. And do you know how many percentage they were asking me? 50-50. And I said, no, I've already established my business. I only need you to support me. I can give you 10 or 20. We should also be very careful when we are giving shares to people. You need to know the one you are giving shares to will never become a problem to you in the future. Some people are attracted to your business idea. They will come and take shares. At the end round, they will turn your back and become the owners of the company. And you, the one who brought the business idea and even suffered, will not even get it. So we have to also be very careful with who we share our business ideas to. So I completed school. I had a job at a school again. I was like, why am I getting to schools over again? I went to one school in Estegon called Ekoro inside. Their monthly salary was good. I said, okay, I'm a fresh student. I'm also doing my master's. Right after university, I'm doing my master's. So I need money that at least I can use to buy my master's books and all that. So I was lucky somebody paid my fees for me, like a scholarship. So my fees was not an issue because as I was like, when I completed university, I was very young. I was 21 years when I completed university. So I had somebody pay for my master's for me. Just at that instant, I said, okay, then I'll go and do my master's. But I needed a job to do. So I got a job at East Legon. They looked at my CV. It was attractive. They said they can't pay me, but this is the money they can. And as a hustler like me in Greater Accra from a humble home, I would need that job. So I started doing it and all that. And imagine the parts they placed me. They placed me in events. I was so happy. And then I started doing the events. They started teaching me and all that. So I realized, okay, this is how the event looks like. The events. So the events that I wanted to learn, this is how it even looks like. I started learning and all that. So when I got to know, okay, I have learned it, I asked them. I realized the way they were treating me was so badly at the job. I wanted to be there, but they were treating me so badly. Then I told myself, okay, no, I need to start something on my own because an employer will never maintain you. That is one thing young people, we need to understand, that wherever you are, remember that you can be replaceable. You can always be replaceable. Even if you are the CEO of GNPC, you can always be fired as far as GNPC is not owned by you. When people get business, they are happy. Yes, we have gotten a place working in an air condition with a good salary. Remember, you can always be replaced. I was working in a good environment. I had everything at my atmosphere. I have free health. I had a car that gives me free health, good salary. I get bonuses every year. But I got to know that my boss wants to replace me, all because my boss got to know I own a company. Even I had not even started anything by then, I was still putting preparations on board. So when I got to know that, no, this is what my immediate boss was doing to me, then means he can replace me anytime. So I need to start something on my own, so that when he wants to replace me, I would rather leave for him to do whatever he wants. So I started researching. Then I met a friend. Then a friend told me that, okay, he's also into events. Then I said, okay, then I have this business idea. This is a business I've started for some time now, but I halted it because I was doing my master's. If you have experience in events, let's collaborate as partners and then build a company and call it Smivic. So the Smivic you see is a combination of two friends who came together to found a company called Smivic. And that company is into marketing and events. So the marketing and event is a feeder. When I say a feeder, is a branch of the Smivic group of company, which I happen by grace to be the CEO of that group of companies. Smivic has its branches as well, but people are mostly known when it comes to our events because we are much into events. But Smivic has marketing sector. Smivic has other branches that it does. But people know us just because of the events that we do. Yes. So that's basically that. So that is how we got to have the Smivic group of companies. And Smivic is getting to 3 years now. So that is how it came about. So building a company is not easy, but that is one of the keys that it can eradicate unemployment. So after I built my company and I got to know that Smivic can give me something small, even though I want Smivic to pay me much, but trust me, we just started a company. I will not be getting the 50,000 Ghana cedis and the 10,000 Ghana cedis and the 20,000 Ghana cedis in my account now. But when you start a business, it's all about the passion you have for that business. When you have the passion for it, okay, I love the business. Even if Smivic gives me Akosua 50 Ghana cedis, I'm so happy. It is my incentive. It will keep you driving. But if your focus is on the money Smivic is going to bring you, then you collapse your business. You collapse your business. It wouldn't take like a year in your business to get collapsed. So I always tell my co-founder, I always tell my team members that, look, we are building Smivic on grass. If we are building it in thorns, the grass is not yet flowing. So do not look at the money now. I promise you, as your mother and as your CEO, then the next 4 to 5 years to come, you will drive the massive cars you want. You'll be in the nice suit you want. But for now, let's dirty ourselves in the mud and build the flag of the company. And I'm lucky I have a team members that do understand the vision, do support the vision and ideologies of Smivic. And that is how we've come this far. There are a lot of young people out there who also have business ideas, but they are looking at the money. So irrespective of you saying you want to eradicate unemployment, you also have to get a business idea on board. And have you asked yourself, where does your business idea fall? I was fortunate enough that my business idea falls within the category of a company. So in actual fact, as I keep going, as I keep pushing my company, I'll get something on the table to feed myself, to feed the family I have. But somebody's business idea or somebody's idea will fall in the sector of NGO, but that person will turn the NGO into business making. This is when government and other institutions see that they would like to sanction you for that. You see somebody who will register their small business ideas as an NGO, a non-governmental organization body that they want to support. They want to push this agenda. Maybe want to push women empowerment. At the end round, no more this idea, no more and then it will affect other companies. The moment you get a business idea and you put it down, you need to research and know the business idea, yeah, mutually. Where does it fall? Is it an opportunist business idea? Is it like, okay, it's like your rainy season, and say me do a bro, now me export a bro. Is your business idea an opportunist business idea? And idea. So business idea, the opportunist business idea, you cannot compare it to the McDonald group of companies. Because McDonald COVID-19, any COVID-19, COVID-19 brass and vaccine cost aviation ne plane no ebeko. The McDonald shipping, whether rainy season or not, ship no ebeko. How is your business idea? Mostly entrepreneurs likes to compare business ideas a lot. You need to know where your business idea falls. before you can eradicate the unemployment, you need to see yourself, where do I fall? And one of the things I always say, not everybody is born entrepreneur. Some people are born to push the vision. Some people are born to support the vision so that they become directors of companies. Obi he is entitled to be a director of a company. Chinchinachi, opeso obi a company. No akoji aban bosia, no akoji obi loan. Afi oton wa yento, afi product na yento, afi service no de siwa enyeye. Ayesa ode banchi abongu na emfa. You understand? That is some of the things. So entrepreneurs really struggle. You need to understand what personality no. Me amiti he me kofi, me ajoa, me ama. Am I born an entrepreneur? People always argue with me that entrepreneurship is led, but I believe entrepreneurship is born, is made. You know, there are people who are born with it. But it's not my in university. My 5 years in university, I did journalism, I did communication, I did nothing about business. It was one time na me fortunate na me lecture bachelor entrepreneurship. That was in level 200. But I'm able to establish a company. Obi a business school. Onim how to even start a business. I don't blame them. And you be and what that zeal. And until when people see me, they say Vic the when mean customer Obi Hassan or some people are born to become leaders. They be because the leaders are born, obviously leaders are trained. No. Obi oni ma memo mushi and so many nipa ultimate manage for them to reach where they are. They are born leaders. They are people who are naturally born to lead, and there are people who are naturally born to be people who are supposed to push the vision. That is why not everybody is born leaders. That is why we have followers. That the one leading will teach them so that they will become what? They will become mentees to the leader. No, most are training others to become mentees. So when you are born a leader, I always say it is a plus to you. God has given you a special gift to impact people with what you have. No amunsunye the intimate ya hunubi. Obi oha wakosko kodu PhD. Or the sukuta CV air perjuma. With all the PhD you hold, then so be a real school in your third class, and that person can build a company and hire the one who did a PhD. Do you think? And so I always tell young people that it is not school that will give you the job, but it is the skills. My school 5 years, I got to know internships. Sorry, those who don't understand, I like to mix the local language. Sorry about that. Thanks for prompting me. Yes, I've educated myself for the past 5 years, and I've got to know that education shapes the mind. Education teaches one how to brand yourself. Education does not give you a job. I've written letters to companies across. I didn't get a job, but when I started Smivic, I'm getting job offers. This should tell you that people are looking for people with experience, not people with CVs and first class. I remember where I did my national service. I had the opportunity to serve as an assistant HR. Trust me, I got CVs with first class, people who are valedictorian from Kwame. They want to become teachers. When I look at the AA, I ask yourself, why? And the owner of the school will tell me that we are not looking for valedictorians, we are looking for people who can teach. And the valedictorian has no experience, even from any company. Who do you think is going to employ you? That is why Joshua Labi will tell you that I'm not saying don't study you, but the second class upper and the second class lowest will build companies for first class to come and sit in. First class people are people who are the economists. Tell me, the second class upper, second class lower, third class people are the people who are the presidents. Yes, because when a second class upper or a second class lower gets that grade, they know that if they don't push harder, nobody will fit them in society. So they think to do something. So if we are saying entrepreneurship is the main key factor to development, then it has to start from our classrooms. It has to start from our lecturers. What is our lecturers teaching? Is a practicality more than the class-to-class teachings or than the normal lectures that we have? What are we doing to push young people? What are we doing? There are so many opportunities in the agricultural sector, but our youth are not venturing into it. Every platform I get, I say, students, young people must tap into the agri sector. People are making tons of money. We are young people, even including myself, we are lazy to think. We are lazy to look at something. One of my people, Nana Jane, will tell you, Honorable Prof. Nana Jane, the Vice President of Mahama, will tell you that young people, we are afraid to learn. We don't like reading. All that we do is to listen. All that we do is videos. When have we looked at the agric sector? What is in the agric sector that I can tap? When have we thought, okay, the agricultural sector, these are the things, the cocoa that we produce, we have to send them outside Ghana before we can even get the raw fact of it. When have you thought that you can think about something to give it to us? Government is looking for young people like us to bring a solution that he will sit in his chair and you give the contract to us. And he's not getting. You understand? Young people must think. We must think beyond classroom. It's okay. The tests are okay. Yes, we learn the lecture, we learn our slides and everything. But what risks are we taking for ourselves? Everybody wants to live a lavish life. But have you thought what can help us get into the lavish life? Entrepreneurship is a golden platform for everyone. But it's not everyone that survives in entrepreneurship. I wouldn't lie to you. Sometimes, if it's not my passion for events and marketing, I will have stopped this company a long time ago. But my passion for the job, whenever I organize a summit and I see people who are impacted, I'm so happy. It is not about the big gurus or the big wings I bring on my event. It doesn't add anything to my life. But when I see these big wings, when they speak in a microphone and a young child is able to tell him or herself that I will be there. You know, I want to make the impact in Africa. I get enthused and I'm so happy that at least I didn't give this child money because I didn't have it, but I gave them wisdom because I myself, I sat at National Theatre at somebody's summit, somebody's women youth empowerment summit, and I became a CEO. So if somebody sits at my summit, I hope they will also one day become a CEO and they will say the same thing I'm saying. So if young people want to establish something for themselves, I wouldn't lie to you. There is no job on the market. The payroll is finished. Now those who are getting the jobs are those whose fathers are in government. You know, you cannot. There is no way the CEO for GNPC's son will never be in GNPC. You, a humble child from somewhere in the northern sector, Sesalaman Prusi, you want to go and get national service in GNPC. Oh, you even want to be maintained there. When the CEO for Cocoa son also wants to get GNPC, level up. Who do you think is going to get that slot? The CEO for Cocoa son. Somebody born from the western part of Ghana, in a village where we don't even remember the name. You want to go and work in Kotoka International Airport. When the vice president's son also wants to go there. It's only entrepreneurship that can give you equal rights in life. Because the rich man's son will establish a company, the poor man's son will establish a company, but the rich man's son knows that the father and the mother has the money to spoon feed in his or her company, but the poor man's son knows mama and daddy doesn't have. They sell cassava in market before I get food. So if I'm bringing the product, I need to bring a unique product that will hoot or that will shoot the rich man's son so that I can get the contract of the rich man. It's only entrepreneurship that gives people equal rights on the market stage. The international market is not looking for the rich man's son. They are looking for the one with unique and a great mastermind negotiation plan. So if you're an entrepreneur and you want to come to the market, as I'm telling you, the rich man's son is on the market, the poor man's son is on the market, the middle class man is on the market. You said there is no job for you. So if you are bringing a business idea, it should be unique. It should be different. Sometimes when I review some proposals, I ask myself, like, seriously, you think you can survive on this market? Some of us are not even surviving. You think you can? Some business ideas are not even attractive. Even a Kaya will not even want to buy that product. How much? The CEO for MTN. So whatever business idea you have, if there is no job on the market, your second alternative is to find a job for yourself. And entrepreneurship has opened its arms for every young person that has a business idea. Let's not look at our fathers who are in the political terrain but does not have any job to do. Me, if you're a politician and you don't have a job aside, I call you a political career. And a political career wouldn't end you anywhere. You end up adding up to the corrupt leaders we have in our society. So when I see politicians that own companies, I salute them. So when there is no politics, they go to the ground to make the money. They are the people that even though when they come to power, they wouldn't steal our money much, even though they'll steal some. Because they have money. Kennedy Japan will tell you that every young person needs to take risks, venture into entrepreneurship. If you want to be the president of Ghana, the minister of state, of parliament, whoever you want to be, my biggest advice to you is that do something for yourself. The most respected profession, that's when you have, you will be able to control things. To me, is entrepreneurship. Because that is where I find myself now. Entrepreneurship is the only job that gives equal rights to everybody. I am a woman. I meet the minister's daughter. She also has a business idea. We struggle to win big wings to our summit. It's all about negotiation. It's all about how you brand your company. It's all about how you brand your services, the things that you do, it being products that you sell and all that. Every business idea is not foolish, but it's about how you plan that business idea that will make it foolish. Some business ideas are not even attractive to purchase. Do you think the CEO for what do we call it? There's this young guy, I've heard of his name. I think he's a CEO for Chicken Man, Pizza Man or so. The very time I got to him, I think he's 24 or 25 years old. And this guy is getting names. We had the Eddie's Pizzas and the Papa's Pizzas, but look at the strategy the guy is using. Look at the celebs that sometimes he used for the advertisements, pushes. And this young guy started not even long ago and he's getting the waves. And somebody will say, oh, maybe he has even joined some juju. No, business is about branding. That is why I keep saying that education does not give you the job. It shapes your mind. So you are fortunate. Mami Mansa's son in the northern part, in the sisterland in Mamprusi, did not go to school. So she's selling cocoa. She doesn't even know how to brand the cocoa. All that she do in the morning is to bring the cocoa at the market, put it in a wrapper and come and sell. But you, Akosua Menu's son, has the opportunity to go to Tesha University of Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah and Co. They are chassis. And you are done with university with a degree in marketing. And you are looking for a place. You've done your national service at Kotoka International Airport. Up to now, Kotoka did not maintain you because your father is not in government. He's maybe a CEO whose political figure is not strong or perhaps doesn't have a strong network. You are still in the house. Why don't you use that marketing degree that you have? Start something for yourself. There is so much business idea in the marketing sector. Start. If you start the cocoa, we always say Coco King, Coco King, Coco King. Coco King was a nobody. So he learns that Amelia will sell cocoa with a rubber. Why don't I sell cocoa with a cup? Brand it. And then put some sugar in a small rubber. Add some milk in a small rubber and brand it and write Coco King. And then I'll sell it to offices. Mom Pussy's child is selling it in a rubber. Up to now, she's in a rubber. Coco King is making waves, selling it to ambassadors. Mami Mensa's son is still in the road, always selling cocoa. You understand? The business ideas are around it. A Ghanaian man will tell you, oh, business idea. I don't even get a business idea. What's the business idea? Business idea, the problems around you. The problems government is not solving. Solve that problem, exchange it into money. People buy kinky a lot. You can brand kinky. Take it to offices. Give your business cards to them. You'll go to summit with your business card. Go and sit at summit. You brand the kinky. You sit at summit. Oh, you can this and put us here just to sell it. Or even if you know the organizers will not understand, okay, organizers, I want to give 50 balls of kinky to the organizer so that you share my cards for me. Every organizer would say, okay, you put it in a nice rubber bag, a nice branded bag. It's been paper, or even now they have nice designated bags. You just put your sticker on it. Come and give the kinky to the organizer, even if it's 20 kinkies. You supply for them for free. Entrepreneurship is about passion.
Entrepreneurship, hey, you run at a loss every time you run. Sometimes we can organize events and we run. Our first event we did it at ATU. We run at a loss. Hey, I sat and then I put my hand under my chin and I was like, oh God, people have mafiaed me. When I calculated, we run at a loss. We earned nothing, nothing. And I was like, what? My organizers were like, hey, Vicky, we didn't get anything. I was like, I mean, you know, this is the event. Our first event, they won't get nothing. So we kept planning. You understand? We kept planning. Our second event, yes, we did a summit. If I tell you the profits we had there, over a big summit we did with guest speakers, it was all over the news. TV Africa and Co were publishing it. When I look at our account, money that reflected, only God knows how we survived. We still kept. Why? Because we had the passion for it. As I said, I had a passion for the job. So I knew the words that I need to say that will encourage my organizers. Until our third event that we held at the NATWO, then we were able to make a good profit. Even that one, it was God that even helped us. In event, it is very difficult for sponsorship. So sometimes the same money used to organize the event is the same money that we used to pay people. Even if I'm to tell you how I pay my organizers and our supporting staffs for events, it's only God that helps us. You understand? So entrepreneurship is not easy. Everybody sees entrepreneurship as a second thought when they don't have job. Yes, it's good. The arms of entrepreneurship is open for every young person. But are you ready for it? Do you have the mind and the focus for it? So me, the reason why I say entrepreneurs are born is that anybody that survive entrepreneurship, I say you are born with it. Because there is fire. It's more like living in hell. You organize an event that will cost more than 30,000 and then your profit you are gaining is not even matching to 5,000. Hey, like it's hell. It's hellfire. But what you do, you have the passion for the job. You understand? So that is what it takes. So entrepreneurship is open for every young person out there. But are you ready for it? Okay, what business idea do you have? And people tell you that even if you have the business idea and you want to do it, there is no money, there is no capital. I always say you don't need 10,000 Ghana cedis to start a business. You don't need 50,000. You don't need even 1,000 Ghana cedis. You need a good team. You need a good company. You need a good supporter. In fact, you need a good family members. When I told my mom I want to quit my job. My mom told me, are you sure you want to quit your job? Other family members were saying, hey, you are coming to quit your job. You know it's very difficult to get a job in Ghana. What are you going to eat? How are you going to feed yourself? And all that. My friends at the workplace, Victoria, this decision, will it help you? Hey, me, they don't come and call me for money and all that. Then I told my mom, I have faith in the company I am building. That one day in the near future, it will give me the kind of future I always deserve. The job I'm in, people are only utilizing my knowledge. They know that I have enough knowledge to help them build their school. They are only utilizing my ideas. I want to put that ideas in Smivic. So allow me. I had a good mom who understands entrepreneurship. So it's okay. And I also had a senior brother who also manages waste. So it's okay. If you want to do that, we don't have a problem. And I told you, I've quit my job since several months now and I'm surviving. In fact, the level where my company is taking me to, if I was working, I wouldn't have gotten there. Sometimes you need to take the risk. You understand? The risk. As I'm speaking, sometimes it's very hard to get money. And I remember if it was monthly income, my salary has reflected in my account that I'm going to withdraw in my ATM. But here lies the case, salary don't come. And Smivic have just started. It will only give you an incentive because you are the CEO and that's all. You understand? Sometimes you need to sacrifice. I've sacrificed my job. You need to even sacrifice your boyfriends and your girlfriends just to build your company. And me, I've been a victim. I have sacrificed my boyfriend to build my company. Yes, because I hardly get time for him. When he calls me, I'm doing this meeting, I'm with this client. I am so sorry, I'll get back to you. I don't even call. You come and reach home late, you sleep, you wake up, and there is calls you can't even pick up. Okay, you have this media interview. Oh, you have this summit coming on board. You need to contact this. You don't even, so sometimes they feel you don't like them or you are cheating on them. So I'll just tell you, this is what I do. I am so busy. I'm now starting. I'm now starting. Yes, not somebody said not a bad one. Yes, the good ones, they will understand you. They will understand the job you do. That is why I always say what you need to have a good company. The company you have to, even if you have a partner, you have to have a good partner, the one who will understand your job. Because sometimes, I'm into events, I meet a lot of males. Sometimes your guy will even think you are cheating on you with other males. You work with people of high profile, they think you are even cheating them on with them. You understand? When they see you with this male at your event, they think, oh, he's your boyfriend and things. And for me, I don't like such guys. If this is the work I'm doing, understand me. Because I met a lot of guys and I still accepted your proposal. So you need to understand the partners you are with. You need to let them understand what you do. These are some partners who serve as barriers to your company's success. And the most interesting part is, me, I always advise young people. Sometimes if you are doing something, have a focus. Put the boyfriend and you can handle them together with it. If you are in your 20s, your mid 20s, like the 24, 25, and say you can't add a guy to your company, at least give yourself a year or two and get a serious guy. If the guys are coming, let them understand this is what I'm doing. If the guy will really understand you and wants to be part of what you are doing, that's fine. It's very nice if you have a supporting husband or a supporting man who, oh, you call, baby, this is my project that I'm doing, and this is the things I'm doing. Baby, can you help me? And I always advise ladies, even men, get partners that are intellectually smart like you. Some partners you are bomb, they are dumb. They don't know nothing. All they know is to sleep with you, wake up with you tomorrow. I will not encourage any young person to take such a partner. Get a partner that when you call him, babe, I have this project, I have this business idea I'm starting. I'm starting the project, I'm talking about brands, and this is the brand I want to do. Baby, look at the colors for me. Is the brand okay? A man or a woman who can intellectually say something about the project. Not the one who will say, hey, me, I don't know anything about business. Sure, you will suffer. You will suffer. And no one, if the person is not visionary, I always encourage people, date people who are visionary, people who are focused on future, people who are doing something. Me, my husband, if you're not doing something, I will not marry you. You are doing something. That is what goes on for every young person. If you are dating a man, you should date a man who at least owns a company, owns something for himself. Not the one who's solely survival is somebody's company. No, the person should build something for his or herself. So if there is no job, they can focus on that thing. Even if the person has a dream to be a politician, advise that person to start something. If not, if they start stealing the state's money, they only squander it with girls. They wouldn't know how to put it. And one thing, because I'm a woman, I'm speaking from the woman perspective. Forgive me, gentlemen, I'm a feminist, but it doesn't mean I don't support men empowerment. But I would like to speak from the women's perspective. We women, if a woman is visionary and you don't get a visionary man, that the man who is not visionary will kill your vision. I'm telling you, they will let you stop so many things that you are doing. At the end run, you stood from the rock and built a company of 5 years to 7 years, and the man will tell you that stop it. I'm telling you, or he will tell you put the company's name and he's the man and let him manage it. So if as a lady, you should tell your man, babe, I don't want us to get married and it's like I'm the solely person or beneficiary for this marriage. I know you are working at GT Bank, you are the branch manager, that's fine. But remember that the branch manager position you have, it can be replaceable. So even if it is a store that you are going to buy for us to sell provisions, or is a mini mart you are going to open, so we can put something there. I want something for your future husband, for our future kids as well. Maybe this beat shop I'm doing is the only thing we can survive on. And one thing I've realized about visionary men is that majority of them, okay, let me put it, working class men, majority of them who have companies or maybe have high profiles in people's companies don't like their wives to be working, especially working for another company. They'll tell you look after the baby. So the moment they look after the baby, you, the lady, will have to find something to do. A man who loves and understands you, there is no way he will tell you that don't do something. And I meant to to help the cities, the 500 Ghana cities you'll be sending into your account to put it in the business is best. Because when you are not there, she will have to suffer the consequences with the kids. But if you support her vision today, tomorrow, even when you go down, she will be your supporting finances, support you. And my advice is, men, even if you want to be the Speaker of Parliament, please get business ideas. Start doing something. It doesn't matter if you are the communication director at Smivic Bank, at First Atlantic Bank. Remember that banks can be replaceable. The bank will give you a car, it will give you a house. But the moment you stop the job or something happens to you, they'll come and take everything. So you need to start doing something. You know, people work in companies so that they'll use the money to support their business ideas. But one thing I've developed from the youth is that, especially the men, when they start working and they are getting the 2,000s and the 3,000, they think it's all. They'll devote their entire time, their knowledge, their skills, and everything into people's money. The one who is giving 1,000, remember, he's getting more than 50,000 a month. A CEO, the owner of the company, is getting billions of money. So he giving you the 3,000, he sees as a peanut. His daily credit money is what he pays you. Like where I used to work, the least child is paying 6,000 as a school fee. So even if he pays me 2,000, it's a peanut. If one child pays 6,000, the 6,000 can pay the entire teachers, including the staff and those working in administration. So it's not affecting it. But as an entrepreneur, I analyze and I say that if I was to be owning that school, I will be getting that much money to be making a lot of. When I can use it to build Smivic and get young people need to analyze when you 50,000. Remember, he's getting 3 billion or 4 billion. That money is a peanut. When you go there, he knows Ghanaian youth. You people don't think. Ghanaian youth, you don't take risks. You don't build things for yourself. So they opened a slot. And I had a lot of CVs on my desk. I just pushed it to my HR that they should be looking at it. I didn't look. And I'm like, wow, a lot of people, even when with employment time closed, people were still registered. Young people in Ghana are not thinking for themselves. They want already built companies. You come and work and you give them money. Even if you give them 500 Ghana, they are happy. They'll bless you. But maybe there is an opportunity behind that they could their effort to it and make more than 50,000 Ghana cedis. They will never do it. And one thing about Ghanaian youth is that you always want people to start something, then you will copy it. Want is somebody should come and do it and then we can copy it. And then another thing that has not been done, but it's about how you brand it. But the Ghanaian man will not brand it well. I think sometimes I watch some telling of VLS and things and some shows on TV, and I get to know how TV stations keep copying other people's content. And look at I'm sorry if you work at Tenka or if you work at any of the stations, forgive me, but I want to make this example. People say Diasa, and Angel TV2 is saying that Savannah Diasa. What is the difference with this business concept? So Atenka started before Angel TV. So if I want to put my money in advertisement, I'll go to Atenka. That is what young people, you don't know. If you want to copy brands, you to copy it indirectly. You copy it dito. So all sponsors are putting their money in Atenka TV Diasa instead of Savannah Diasa. You understand? Exactly. Because the brand is simply the same. Somebody will say, okay, I'm starting Miss Golden Stew. And somebody's also doing GMB. Who started Ghana's Most Beautiful first? You know, why will I go and put my money in Miss Golden Stew when GMB is there? You understand? So when you are copying brands, be unique. Everything under the sun is being done by somebody, but you need to be unique. Ghanaian youth, we don't like being unique. That is why our logo is providing unique service. Everybody is into events. Before we came into events, we said we are going to give a different event. We are going to do a different thing altogether, a different ball game altogether. It's something different, something that you have not even done. If you look at everybody is doing summit, but when Smivic says they are doing summit, people trust us for one thing, our guest speakers. We've created that niche. So even if somebody doesn't want to come to Smivic event because of the guest speakers, they will come. You need to create a niche on the market for yourself. Something that someone it will stick in your clients or your customers, their minds. Okay, when Smivic comes in, when we say Smivic, what comes in mind first? Their guest speakers to their programs. We've created a niche, it will be there forever. You understand? So I will begin to wrap up. As I said, I have a meeting that I have to join. But my last words to every youth out there is that you need to learn to create jobs for yourself. But you need to have a niche. You need to have a niche. Something that even the young boy will remember you for. A 6-year boy, when they say civic, they will remember. Remember Tigo did an advert. And I think if you guys remember, they said, Honey Chuku Chuku, the guy climbed the coconut and then he fell. That was a niche they created. Even when you are walking on the street and you ask a 4 years boy, Honey Kuchuku, they'll say, Honey Kuchu Kuchu. Tigo created that niche, even up till now. Children, the Indomie babies will still remember. You understand? So every business idea that you bring, it should be different. You should create a niche, something different on the market. Everybody is doing awards. But when Smivic started to open nomination for we did one award and also for the Ghana Youth Leaders Award. I was amazed with the people that took nomination, people at the ministries and all. Why? We created a niche, we've created a brand. Smivic as a brand. So the moment people hear of Smivic, they know us because of our guest speakers and all that. You understand? So you should always have a niche. Thank you so much, guys. This is where I will end my session. I will wait for your questions and answers. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was a full session there. It appears our guest speaker, who is the CEO of Smivic Communications Limited, has proven the brand through her own delivery. I was really enjoying it, and I didn't want it to end bad. Our guest speaker is a busy person, so you guys, if you want more, there is a program. I think she'll talk about it before she leaves us. She'll speak about the incoming program that her company is organizing. But as of now, we are now open for questions and answers. If you have a question, just use the hand button. Yes, just use that, and then I'll know you want to ask a question. I just have just one question. Madam Guest Speaker, as you said, yes, some people are born leaders, some are born followers. Does it equally mean that some people are born employees and some people are also born employers? What do you say about that?
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say directly that some people are born employees and some people are born employers, because when we talk about the employment aspect, when it comes to employers aspect, some people they have the golden platter. You know, let's say the CEO for Microsoft, Bill Gates. There is no way his son will be an employee, because automatically that platform is there for him. So even if his son works into Microsoft, he will only be maybe a director of something, but indirectly he knows his future is supposed to be. So when it comes to employment, some people are already on the golden platform. But even employee aspect to say, I know of some employees that are even working. The reason why I made that statement is that we Ghanaians, sorry to say, we refuse to think outside boxes. We always like juice pouring into our rather than surviving to get the juice on ourselves. That was why I made that notice, because I know some employees who are even working, but are also doing their own thing, either farming or something like that. So when it comes to the employment aspect, I define my own definition, because to survive in entrepreneurship, it has to be people who are riskful, people who can take the adventure. And me, for anyone that survived that risk, I see you to be one made of it. You understand? And even the followers, some people learn from others to become their leaders. We all know the African history. Those who were learners, mentees, later end up even doing a coup d'etat to even take out their own leadership. And we all know Rollins as one of the people. He was just a normal lieutenant. Whoever thought Rollins would one day become the president of Ghana? So we have some followers who need to learn from others to be born leaders. I am telling you myself, I was once a follower. I learned from someone before I got to know I have an inbuilt potential in me, that is to lead. You understand? So it was my own definition. When I see people survive from the first of life, when it comes to entrepreneurship, the first when it comes to leadership, I said people are born made of it. But I know some employees who are also struggling. But I will keep saying that Ghanaian youth should stand up. We should we should stop our lazy attitude towards jobs, our lazy attitude towards taking risks, and focus on the things that we want to do. You understand? So me, no matter the risk you take, when you succeed, I say that you are born for it. I don't know if that answers your question.
Oh yes, it does. It does. It does.
Okay.
Okay. Would you be speaking at the program coming 7th October by Smivic Communication? Would you yourself be speaking there?
Oh no. I will not be speaking. Okay, then let me touch on the program. So, hello
Yes.
guys, we have an She Summit at Knoxford University next week, Friday, and it's 7th October. That's the date. The time is 9 a.m. sharp. It's going to be interactive and it's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. We have guest speakers across the Ghanaian sector coming to impact us. And at Smith, the summit, we will flood. So the organizers, all those people, the list that we can support their businesses. That is the niche we want to be there.
Okay.
Honorable Gifambo for general Shai also more Miss Victoria women, if selected politicians, this will be take the risk and survive it. And you to be there. Maybe I mean women out there 5 years, because when we look at it and we to be a social IT, could be an NGO, you would like to connect you to a company, have a business, bring that business to scrutinize and go to a short pattern like that will be mentioned there. We have a book and a story for conducted by your boss. So if you want to get in it,
Okay. Thank you very much. Just as it says that iron sharpens iron, um, you and apart from the fact that we don't focus in event organizing, we are also into capacity building. Seminarship is equally capacity building. And then just as you aim at building the capacity of others, perhaps you also need platform for speak out to others, not only for you to provide platform for others, but others to also provide platform for you. Youth Impact Movement is happy to host you today, and we can see you are really enlightened, and it's good that you have come to share this. Indeed, when employees start enjoying where they are, they don't want to leave because that is their comfortable zone until retirement to come and catch them. They realize that they don't even have a land, they don't even have their building, they only have a vehicle and liabilities. So as a matter of fact, this is a good advice. I've heard of a story of a guy who said by 35 he cannot continue working. He will do voluntary retirement from public service, and he should be in his own business by 35. He cannot keep on working for someone till 60 years. And I think it is something that we all have to consider. If as early as your age you have already let me say temporarily retired from public service, that should encourage the youth to equally keep on look at venture into entrepreneurship. If they cannot quit their public job, they should at least blend it with entrepreneurship, whether a side entrepreneurship. I think that would help. So thank you very much. Before we proceed to close this seminar, if in case Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa has any remarks or her last words, she can unmute and then give it to us before we proceed to close today's program. Okay, I guess she has already given her closing remarks. So we'll proceed to close today's program. Honorable members, on behalf of leadership and myself, I wish to convey the sincerest gratitude of the movement to our guest speaker, Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, Chief Executive Officer of Smivic Communications Limited, for coming to impact us with her mass experience and lecture on our topic for today, which is exploring entrepreneurship as a viable long-term solution. Oh, okay. Yes, do you have a closing remarks for us? Yes. Ms. Akosua, do you have a closing remarks for us?
okay. So I once again I'm grateful. A big thank you to the entire team for the opportunity given to me today to also share my life experience with young people and those just like me who wants to be at the front line of the political sphere and of course in the business terrain. Anytime I get such opportunity, I am grateful and all praise to God. I mean, having to interact with all of you, I am so much grateful. And my last message to each and everyone out there is that do not be afraid of anyone. I always say, be you, be yourself. You are an organization on your own. Every business you have, it is going to fetch you millions of money. Just take the bold step, walk out there and sell it to somebody. Even if it's a candy that you are selling, just brand it, someone will buy it. There's nothing on the platform that nobody wants to get it. It's about the branding. Create a niche for yourself. Do not let anybody under the sun underestimate you. Do not let your friend, your family underestimate you. Just get a one person that will stand on you and he or she will push you. Be visionary. Do not look at the present. Always look at the future. Look at yourself in 5 years. Who are you to become? Look about it and think about it. Make sure it comes to pass. Do not be a procrastinator, but be an executioner of your own dreams and your own future ideas. I like people who dream a lot, but I hate people who procrastinate their dream. So if you happen to say you want to be the future MP for your constituency, then I want you to start something at your constituency today. Even if it's pure water, you give it to people at function, start something. Because citizens do remember what one do before they vote for you. Thank you so much, the speaker and the executive director and everyone. I am grateful. I wish you all the best and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much, madam. So, I'll continue with my remarks. So, God bless our guest speaker for coming to impact us with her marks experience and lecture us on today's topic, which is exploring entrepreneurship as a viable long-term solution to unemployment. I also wish to appreciate the effort of members in publicizing today's seminar and equally participating in it. Let me thank our graphic designer, Mr. Dollar Glaston, Dollar the publicist, who wholeheartedly designed this beautiful poster for us. For the attention of members and our participants, I hereby indulge you all to follow Youth Impact Parliament on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube. You can access all these links when you go to our Facebook page. Youth Impact Movement is a youth organization focused on grooming leaders. However, we have two branches, which is Youth Impact Parliament, the parliamentary branch, and Youth Impact Foundation, the humanitarian branch. Youth Impact Parliament is in its second parliamentary year, which is focused on public speaking, parliamentary business, social norms, and values. We'll be having our third parliamentary sitting on Sunday, 16th October 2022, hopefully at Mauli SHS Assembly Hall. All those who wish, yes, no problem. You can take your leave, madam. All those who wish, yes, welcome. All those who wish to support us can do so through this number, +233 20147 6896. Hopefully at the right time, we would give you other information. Vote of thanks. Honourable members, at this juncture, I would like to use this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for making this program a success. My second thanks goes to our guest speaker, Miss Victoria Akosua Amankwaa, for making time to facilitate our program and taking delight in it. Thank you, madam. I also want to use this opportunity to thank those who directly and indirectly contributed to the success of this program in terms of organization and publicity. God bless you all. My last thanks goes to all our participants, live and the ones who will watch the upload. I congratulate you all for availing yourself to be impacted by our seminar series. God bless you abundantly. Let's take our closing prayer. Almighty God, give us wisdom and understanding to all who have participated in this seminar, that they may implement what they have heard and learned which will result in their personal development and capacity building. We commit into your hands our 12 guest speaker for facilitating this edition of the Virtual Leadership Seminar. And we commit unto your hands subsequent guest speakers and seminars. Amen. God bless you all. Have a good night. I'm Jones Amegashie-Viglo, Executive Director of Youth Impact Movement, your host. Thank you very, very much.